Welcome to the live session for ADP non-farm coming up in a couple of hours. Welcome traders. Welcome to this live session. This is a very important live as coming up in just a couple of hours. We see that news coming up on ADP non-farm employment change, and with this news we'll be looking for trading opportunity in just matter of 10 minutes coming up this news. So we might see that significant volatility. Early today we already have seen a quite strong move, and later coming up also dollar advanced GDP and employment cost index, so both of them dollar news. So we can expect a now increased move that we can see. We are running a trade which is in fact almost reached to that level here, to this 157 pip, and then bounce back up again. It's just creating a expanding structure here, so which is just expanding in that area. So what we can see here, this is a structure that is expanding, and that in that expansion, which is a channel here. So what we can expect in this market for the price to potentially drop back down here to the support level. So with that being said, we can expect for the market to potentially trend down on the lower time frame, and we can see the lower time frame price action here. This is the 1 minute chart, and with the 1 minute chart, what we can see the market to, this is a resistance line here, which is an important level for the price to potentially with that resistance expecting for this price to break below here. So what we can expect on the lower time frame, this is the 30 minutes as well, which is showing a very strong bearish price action here in this market. And at the moment, what we can expect for the price to possibly to if we look at here, what we can see in this lower time frame, this is a if we look at here 1 minute chart as well, so which is a significantly, if we look at here, okay, so this is a important level of resistance. We have seen multiple times the market tested this level on the lower time frame, and we may see that break below. So as news coming, we got a quick analysis here, and I would like to see that if you guys are here, let's get ready for another big trading week. Thank you. Hello, welcome, good day. I like your analysis. Welcome, thanks for your appreciation. Yeah, absolutely. And here what we are looking at this market to see possible trend here. So what we can see here in this market, this is an important level of resistance line here, which is an important level of resistance where there is a liquidity, and with that resistance there is a liquidity here. So we can see this is support here, resistance here, and with that support down resistance, expecting XAUSD potentially to drop back down here to create a new lower low in this market. So here in this level, what we can expect for this price to potentially trend back down. So looking at the lower time frame, okay, so here is the lower time frame price action, and in this lower time frame price action, this is the 5 minute chart. We can see multiple times the price tested this level, and as this market is a falling market, so it's a falling market wanting to see the price to drop down here in the major direction of the trend, waiting for the price to potentially come back here to create a new lower low in this market. So we see that here this is a significant market in that area, so where there is a resistance which turning support. So as news coming, if we see the spike up here, and that's where we might see that potentially entry, because if we see that going to the spike, we may see for the market to coming back here to this support level to create a new lower low in this market. So it's a currently falling market, Now in that falling market, we will be looking for entry. As soon as we will find possible entry, we will be looking into the trade. So looking at here on the lower time frame, you can see this is the 1 minute chart, and in that 1 minute lower time frame, would like to see the price to break below to create a new lower low in this market. So this is where, if you guys look at, you can see that this is the 15 minutes as well, 5 minutes, as this market is trending down, expecting that the market to potentially remain bearish, because we have seen a very sharp breakup structure here. So this is an important level of resistance here. Okay, so creating series of lower high, and in that series of lower high, okay, so you can see this is a series of lower high formation, and in that series of lower high, this is an important level of trend here, and in that trending market, so as the market tested here, we saw the drop, another test drop, another test drop. So as the news coming, the spike might lead that price potentially back to the downside to create a new lower low in this market. So this is what we're waiting for, the price to potentially break below. And we are holding this trade because we had a bigger profit target. This is the trade that we have early started. If you guys look at it, you can see this had a 87 pip stop loss with a 250 pip target. Now would like to see that in 2 minutes time with the news coming up, as there are two high impact news. So one is in just matter of 2 minutes, and the other one is coming up another 15 minutes later. So expecting that the market to potentially have possibility to remain bearish, as it's a very strongly downtrend at the moment. We saw the breakup structure. If you look at the daily here, you can see the price has completely broken this support level here in that area. So here is what we can see, the market to potentially trend down in the major directions. This is what we're waiting to see, for the price to come back down here to the support level to create a new lower low, waiting for the market to show its hand. And in the meantime, traders, let's see where it is heading to. And at the moment, we can see the price to potentially here is in a strong downtrend. Would like to see the market to trend back down to the support level here in that area, and waiting to see. And in the meantime, guys, before the news coming up, if you guys are here in this live session, make sure you give a thumbs up, smash it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day, so that you are notified as soon as I am posting anything in the channel. Waiting for the price to have a jump here, to have a potentially a spike in that area. Let's see here how the market reacting to that level, to the data. So coming up in just matter of 10 seconds, the data is coming. We can see the market to potentially trend back down, where we can see the price to boom back. Let's see, do you think that is spike down or up? Make a wish here on the live chat, guys. Let us know which way you think that the market is heading. The spike initially trying to get back up. Let's wait to see. I'm still holding this trade, and I didn't do any break even in that trade. So waiting for the market to potentially to retest and then to return back here. Here is a lower time frame narrow candlestick pattern formation, and in that narrow candle you can see it's one candle potentially hitting that level. And what kind of information that we can see in the chart is 62k. ADP non-farm employment change is very low in comparison with the forecast. Now the forecast was, it's almost half. Bad news for DXY potentially, let's see what's happening with the DXY, because here is if you look at here, you can see this is a DXY, and that we can see that bad news, pretty massive break below on DXY, and that's where the market, you can see after grabbing liquidity, it's breaking below on this one. And what we can see, this is the 30 minutes here, also the market potentially breaking below here. And therefore, if we look at the lower time frame here, we can see the market is having that downtrend here on DXY. So that's a, we can see there is a pretty massive breakup, bearish drop here, quite a few, that it's a big drop. It's a big drop in terms of that employment change. So that might be a sign of potential inflation. And you can see that XAUSD had a bounce. Now that might be a false breakout or the real breakout. So let's wait to see what the market is trying to do here. Now you can see that in that area, this is where here is an important level of resistance line here, and you can see with that resistance there is a in this area we may see the market potentially to drop well back below here. Now as we can see, the market is, this is an important level, and as with the spike, there is a as with the data, there has been some uncertainty, and that potentially has given us a boost on XAUSD on gold. Now what we can see, that because the market has got a reaction from this support level, you can see there is a reaction. Now that is because there is a reaction. Let's see that if the market wants to reverse back up here, if we look at the daily, so the trade that we have opened is at our entry, so we will be exiting the trade at entry because there is change in market sentiment. So you can see the market is currently, if we look at here, you can see this is a significant bounce here with that move. And now this bounce could be a couple of situation here. We can see one situation here is that the market has rejected from the top, and with that rejection here, so you look at the lower time frame, here is what we can see, the market here in this area, there is a doji, and with this doji expecting for the price to, we see there is a now if this is a false breakout, we might see the market potentially to trend back down again, because this is where, if we look at the 15 minutes here, the market just tested the 20 EMA from the 4 hour. If we look at here, we haven't entered in the live session yet any trade, but that reaction here could be potentially a bounce or just a pullback. Let's see, because if we look at the daily here, we can see that from this daily support, this is the daily support here, where an important daily support. So if you look at here, we can see here in the daily support, the market has penetrated the daily support and then got back to the upside. Now because it's a long-term bull market, but today we saw that once the market opened from this level, it has got a reaction to the downside, and with that reaction, what we can see, the market from that level started to potentially break below, and we could see the market to potentially trend back down here. So in this area here, what we can see that the market is this is a move here, and with this move Now looking at the lower time frame, we can see the market is approaching that level where there is an important level. So what we can see in this area, that this is a bounce, a very strong bounce here, and with that bounce the price is approaching that level where there is an important liquidity zone, and locally we can see some upside bias. Now this is a potentially, it could be a possible reversal, could be because there is a significant bounce, or we could see that return back again to the major direction of the trend. So which one is likely to play out? That's what we will be looking here in this live session. So because there is a change in huge sentiment, we might see it is possible for the price to potentially bounce back to the daily level. So looking at here, this is the daily resistance line here. So if you look at here, from here we can see that from this support level, this is the support, and from here we can see the market is approaching that daily level. Okay, so you can see this is an important resistance line, and with that important resistance line, as the market already has broken this daily trend line, okay, so you can see this is a daily support. Okay, now with that daily support here, we can see the market has got a reaction to the upside, and with that reaction, expecting that this market to potentially either to trend back up or for a deeper pullback here in that area. So we can see the market is it has made significant breakout, and yeah, it is possible for the market to completely start a new trend here, because it's if you guys look at it, you can see that it's a long-term bull market, and in that long-term bull market, because there is a change in sentiment, we can expect for the market to possibly trend back to the upside. So let's wait to see what is happening, and I will be possibly to look for if we see the market has shown that possible reaction, because there is a data. If you guys look at it, you can see this data, it's a 62k, and that data is it's an important price action, and with that in mind, what we can see the market possibly to remain here. There is a 1 hour reaction, all right, so let's see if we have any entry, as there is another one coming up. Now the next news is important, because if this one, advanced GDP, is having that spike back to the upside, we might see the market to potentially go back to here. Now the question is, if this move that we can see, is it it's a false breakout, or it's a valid breakout and wanna go back up? So this is what we will be looking to see, that in this in the next news that we will see. Do you think that it's gonna bounce, or it's gonna drop back again? I would like to ask with a poll here, if you guys what do you think about this data coming up, the next one? Do you think it's gonna bounce back up, or it's gonna drop back down here? So let's look at here on the lower time frame how it might be doing in this area. So looking at here on the lower time frame, we can see the market. Do you think that it's gonna be bullish or it's gonna break below? So what's your view on that? I would like to start a poll here. What's your view on the upcoming news on gold? So bounce back or break down. So you can cast a vote here, guys. What's your view on that? It's gonna break down or bouncing back again to the upside. What's your view on this upcoming the data on gold? And if the market is in 2 minutes time, it's having a reaction to the upside here, then we might see the price to go back up to the daily level, or that trend back down here to the support level. So we'll see that where it might be heading to. Based on that, we will be looking for entry in this market. So here is what you can see. There is a big bounce. Would like to see the market to trend and then to possibly to there are two dojis here, and we did two dojis, expecting that the market to possibly to trend again to the resistance line here. And here it's creating a structure which is with this move. Now it easily can break below or it could bounce back up. That's the question here. Now the next data is important because the next one will determine if this market is potentially reversing or it's breaking again below, because this is an important level of support. If you look at here, which is, you can see this is a resistance here, support here, support here, support here, support here. So which is an important level of support, and with that support creation, we can see the market from this support after forming multiple consolidation, we could see the market to potentially trend back to the upside. If it does, then we could see the market to straight go back to the daily resistance line. I would like to draw the daily resistance. This is the daily resistance, or even it may try to break the high and then to boom create a big bull candle on the daily, which is also possible if it have a spike at the moment, which is just a couple of seconds remaining. If the market trend back to the upside, we might see that this market to potentially go back to the daily and create a big bull candle, because the data, the first one came to be negative for DXY, that has given strength on XAUSD. Now if this one is also supporting the growth of XAUSD, we might see the market to potentially boom go back to the upside to the major direction of the trend. So let's see what is happening. I think the market may try to bounce back up, potentially some slower movement that we can see. That is also advanced GDP a minus here. Now with that minus, so let's see what gold here doing with the doji. Now but you can see that there is a doji, so this price also potentially negative for DXY. Now this data, let's see that how gold is reacting to that, because gold price might do differently. So waiting to see that. There is a narrow doji, and so this market could trend back up, or it might turn back down. So this is the 30 minutes. Now this here is what you can see. This is the 5 minutes and 1 minute chart. It's forming a possible bullish price action here. So if it is a bullish, then we might see the price to go back to the daily level if it enough shows that bullish pattern. So I will be placing a buy stop above this area with a stop loss below this low, so which is will be around 143 pip stop loss. So a bit of wider because there is a volatility, and to the daily resistance line. I wouldn't take too big target because there is a daily, this is the daily level. If the market goes up to hit that level, we will be into the trade. So it's a sell stop on XAUSD, and so placing a sell stop here on XAUSD. So sharing with the community. Buy stop, pardon me, buy stop at placing at 3294. If it bounce back up, so placing a buy stop at 3294 and stop loss at 3279.94. So if it only bounce, then we will be entering. Otherwise, it may easily can come back down here. At the moment, let's see that if this market is it still can be bearish, still possible to be bearish, because 30 minutes that you can see one candle has gone up to the 20 EMA. Now if it return back down, then we might see that downtrend continuation. That's why the stop loss, the buy stop place above this high, so that you know that the market is here trending to the upside. So if we trend back to the upside, we will be on this trade. That's why the buy stop place here, because if the market is changing the direction, we may see that the price is going back to the daily level where there is a high liquidity. We can see the market may try to if it bounce, then we are on the trade. So here we place that buy stop here, and if you guys have any different opinion, you can share your thought in this live chat. Thank you. After this, can you check? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thanks. Welcome. Buffering. I think the connection should be okay now. You guys still see the buffering here? Thank you. Good morning. Yep. Hello everyone. Thank you very much. Hello everyone. Thank you. Are you on trade? And now we place the buy stop at 3294.49. Yeah. Reverse. Thank you. Well, place the buy stop at this level. So if it is a trend continuation, if we see the market is here with this move pullback, another move pullback, so if it is a trend continuation, then we are on this trade here. If the market is breaking below, then we are not on this trade here. So this is where you can see the market here in that area. If it is in a trend continuation, then we are back on the trade. So that's why the pending order placed here, so which is a buy stop placed here in this area. And okay, so we place the trend continuation here. Okay, so here is the buy stop, and would like to see that the market to now if it is breaking below, then we may see the price to potentially return back down. See that what it is trying to do here. Now still can possible to be bearish, so that is why. But if it revert back to the direction of the trend, then we are on this trade. And here is what we can see, that this is an important support. Here is what we can see, there's a long wick candle, expecting for the market to potentially you can see the price tested this. If the sellers selling this market, then if you guys look at it, you can see there was a big bounce. So in that case, we might see that trend continuation. And if that's the trend continuation, then we might see the price to potentially to remain bearish here. We'll see that where it is heading to. So here is what we can see, that the market has come back to that support, and with this support here, this is support, and here is the liquidity zone, expecting the market to potentially trend back to the upside here. Now if it is starting an uptrend here, then we might see that there is a trend continuation. In that case, we could see the market to go back to the daily resistance line. But looks to me that the bulls is still not getting enough strength. So okay, so if it is starting a move here, that's we will be entering into the trade. So we place the buy stop at 3293.42, stop loss at 3279.94, TP target 3315.87. So you have placed that trade in that area. Now the question is, in this area, is the market is having, so we could see from here a possible a bullish move from this level. All right, so here is I think we might see a bullish trend continuation. Do you think that, guys? What's your view on this? It's a pretty massive change in the sentiment. As you can see, GDP, CAD GDP came minus 0.2%, where 0.00 was forecast, and USD advanced GDP has come to be minus 0.3%, which was forecast plus 2.2%. So there are some sign of potential inflation, and the economy, the dollar. If we look at the dollar, we can see that there is some reaction in dollar. So you can see there was a spike down, and now it's getting some reverting back up here. So there is a possibility for change in the market sentiment. So 4 hour we saw previous session a bullish move. This session there was a spike down. So the data has changed many things. Well, we are looking at on this one here. Let's see if on XAUSD that the market is potentially trending back to the upside. Here you will see that where it is doing. Now you can see the market here. We might see that inverted head and shoulder, and with that inverted head and shoulder we might see the market to trend back to the upside here, where it's moving back up. So this is a support, okay, important support, and we saw that break and then bounced back up. We saw that inverted head and shoulder, and with this inverted head and shoulder the market is potentially to trend back. So you see there's an inverted head and shoulder, or a buy stop is there. Place that, and with this one, with the buy stop also I have share in the group as well. So okay, so we'll be on the trade very soon on this one, and yeah, we are on the trade. So let's try to catch here. As if the market changed the sentiment, you could see strong bounce. So this is our previous trades record here. So we're running this trade, it's active now, and the market structure to me looks like that we may see a potential bounce, and there is a probability for so you look at the 15 minutes also showing that bullish move. As the market sentiment changes, we easily can expect a possible a significant movement to the upside here. Here we might see the market to potentially trend back with a momentum, and as you can see, this is a there is an inverted head and shoulder here in that area. That inverted head and shoulder may take this price back to the upside to the resistance line here on this instrument. And that being said, we can see the market is here is an inverted head and shoulder. So we may see the price to remain bullish to the upside for the long-term picture. As the market, you can see there is an inverted head and shoulder here, and then bounce. There is another inverted. So back to back, two inverted head and shoulder has given and a really stronger momentum here for a possible upside here. So are you guys running the trade with me? Thank you. No, we are buy. We bought here. The previous trade. I'm bullish. Here, as I mentioned earlier, guys, the trade, when the market sentiment changes, that we have to change the directional bias. That's how trading is. So if you guys with me in that, make sure you give a thumbs up. Do you think that it's a what's your view on this trade, guys? Let me know in the live chat if you have any question. Are you running the trade with me? So I would like to see how many traders here running the trade. Yes. So Victor, anyone else? Say yes in the live chat if you're running. And also, guys, there is a giveaway. Yesterday we missed the giveaway because of the time limit. So today there will be 2 giveaway, like from this live session. As you know, that announcement is that in this live session at the end, to take the community member in the academy for the rest of your life at the lifetime access to the academy, we give every day from this live session 1 lucky winner at the end of the live session to join the academy to access all the education, AI trading tools, everything. Now, yesterday we had a time limit and we couldn't continue that giveaway. So today there will be 2 giveaway, including yesterday and today. So if you guys want to participate in the competition for the giveaway, make sure you stick till the end of this live session. At the end, there is something. Whole throughout the live session, you guys will see the live trade. You will be learning the education, and at the end, you will get the giveaway to join the academy. You can enter into the competition. Now, here, the education that you will be learning with me here in this is where the smart money trading system that we discuss a lot. We discuss about the liquidity, price action, and market structure. These are the 3 building blocks of the smart money trading system. Welcome. Thank you. I'm on it. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, so you see quite a few members on this trade, which is good to hear that. Let's keep watching the price action here. There's an inverted head and shoulder formation. With that inverted head and shoulder, the market is currently having that trend, and with that inverted head and shoulder, wanting to see the price to potentially bounce back up and then to create a new higher high here. We'll be looking to see the price to go back up to the resistance line. And if we look at in this area here, we can see the market is trending at the moment, and this market structure that we can see is a possible if you look at the daily here, you can see almost reaching the daily resistance line, and because the price has broken the daily trend line and has got a rejection, now this daily candle can easily go back up to break all this high in one single move. Now the reason it may or may not, but I think that because there is a break of structure and rejected, and also if we look at the data, the fundamental is giving a high probability for XAUUSD to remain bullish. Now that bullish move could lead that price back to the upside to this resistance line where there is a liquidity. So with that being said, as the market trend is highly bullish, we may see that the price to remain to the major direction of the trend. And the major direction of the trend here is, if we look at the daily, which is bullish, and you can see this is the lower time frame here as well, which is also bullish here. So the major direction of the trend is bullish, and in that major direction of the trend, what we can see the price to possibly to return back to the upside here. That's why we're waiting to see that the price to possibly to return back again to the resistance line here where there is a high liquidity. So with that being said here, this is one minute chart, and in this 1 minute price action, the market trend is bullish, and in that bullish trend we could see that the price to potentially to remain to the upside here. This is a very significant aggressive move that we can see in this market, and in that aggressive bullish price action here, you can see that whenever the market is breaking below, getting a reaction to the upside with a new bullish price action. So it's a freshly changed trend due to the fundamental change data, so we might see that possible trend continuation here in this market. So do you think that it's gonna go back to, I think it's gonna go back to 3340 level potentially, but as I mentioned, anything can happen. It still can come back down. So if you guys not doing the risk management, definitely it's not a good idea to trade without the risk management. It easily can revert back again. As you know that market, this is a resistance line, easily it can get back again to the support level here as the price approach that daily level here, so which is a significant price action confirmation here in this market. So waiting to see that the price to show its hand, and then from that level up here we can see the market to in that area to form the doji and then to return back again to the upside. Here is what we can see, that back to back two dojis here. Now this structure here could be bearish to the downside or maybe bouncing back here in that level. So if it is bouncing back here, then we might see that the market to have a trend continuation in that zone. We'll see that where it is heading to, and based on that price action, what I think that the way I see the price action, I could be it could be anything, but here this price action looks to me that possibly to bounce in the upside here. But we are on the trade, is still running in. Here we reach that trade to, okay, so we almost 79 pip. I'm trying to come back again here. So it still can come back. So here is the 15 minutes bull candle, and with this 15 minutes bull candle, so we see the market to in this area. So there is a doji formation, and so there is a, look at the 5 minutes, there's a red candle. So where you can see that a complete vertical bullish move here in that area, and with this movement, if this is remaining bullish, then we could see the market to trend back up again to the upside to create a new higher high here. Okay, so there is a long week. This is a pretty strong long week. Now this long week can be potential trend continuation, or it can break below again, but I think the market potentially to trend continue with the trend here, and let's wait to see where it is potentially be heading to. Now looking at the 15 minutes, here is a very long week, and if this candle closing in 1 minute remaining moving back up, we may see that straight going back up to the here to the daily level. The way this candle is forming, for me, what I think there could be that weak fill to the upside here. Thank you. Yep, we are still on the trade. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for confirmation. Waiting for the market to possibly to bounce back up here. And you can see slowly it's trying to build up that bullish pressure. And there is a 1 minute bullish engulfer formation here. That is possibly to trend back up again. And so here we can see there is a doji formation in that area, and that doji, so with this 1 minute bullish engulfer, see there is a doji formation. Okay, so there is a rejection from the top, and there's a 15 minutes candle closed. Yeah, there is another liquidity grab, and so you can see there is another liquidity grab here. And you can see multiple times the market tested this low. So we may see that the price to potentially remain bullish here in that direction. So we are on the trade and we will still be holding it. Just entered our entry and then it's got rejection to the upside. Now the way the price action has formed, we'll be waiting for potentially to a bounce here to create a new higher high. Then we can move the stop loss at entry if we see the price to completely has started its potential move to the upside. So looking at the 15 minutes candlestick pattern here, where you can see this is the 15 minutes price action, and for me there is a probability for an upside bias here. It might grab the liquidity from here, coming back below, going back up, or it may just continue to rise from this level. So it's still probability to bounce back up. So this is a previous support level here, and if the market drop to that level here, then it's gonna be further probability, but it may easily go back, bounce from this level as well. So we'll be waiting to see the market how it is doing. Now you can see, guys, here it's a pretty interesting bullish structure formation in that area, and wanting to see that it's moving back up here to the resistance line, where there is a potential. So if you look at here, this is the 1 hour, candlestick pattern, which is 3113. This is a there is a sharp bounce. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see this is the 1 hour candle, which is potentially to go back to the, and I think that if, because there is a sharp bounce, it may now go back even to 3327 once it gain enough momentum here. So you can see this is a 3327 level, wanting to see that it's moving back to the upside here. So there is a another rejection, and because so that might be, as we mentioned earlier, so it might be getting more liquidity from the support. So if you look at the 15 minutes here, now this is the 15 minutes, there is a support. If the market dropping to 3294 level, that is where there might be here breaking below, grabbing liquidity, and then potentially bouncing back up. So you see that there is a breakup structure, wanting to see that it's coming. We can see back to back two important candlestick pattern has been rejected here. So with that in mind, lower time frame price action here is so this support level might be retesting on the lower time frame on XAUSD, and so getting, if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see the market retesting and then bouncing back to the upside. So here is a support, and from this support, so you can see it's trying to Now we can see the price to after another retest, it just so the question is, if the market is remaining here bullish back to the upside, or it's because it grabbed liquidity many times and it has broken this level multiple times. So here is multiple rejection in that area, and we are at just above our entry, because you know what, I was waiting, if the market is having a rejection, we might see the straight having a significant bounce in that area, and it might be a big boom back to the upside, and they want to take that move if it is having that bullish momentum. Here you can see here it has broken the support many times, so we might see that the order accumulation here in this area. So with that order accumulation, we might see the market to trend in the major direction. So waiting to see that the price to show possible move back to the upside. Are you guys with me? So here, if it revert back up, we will be on this trade 170 pip if it goes to 3315 level. Waiting to see that potentially. And because as I mentioned, if it started to bounce, it may have a big move back to the upside, potentially to 3315, or even potentially going up further. So you see some there is a rejection again suddenly, and here this rejection is not where we expected, but let's see that what it is trying to do here. Because once the market will be able to have a breakout here, it may boom go back up to 3327 if it have a breakout. Still we haven't seen that breakout yet. That's what we're waiting to see, the lower time frame. So far showing that possibility to break to the upside, we can see that breakout, and as the market has gained that momentum, we can expect it to remain bullish back to the upside. If we look at the daily high here, so today's high at 3327, and 3327 level is today's high. So we are holding it for this possible break to the upside here, and we may see that trend continuation, that we can see the market is trending in the major direction here. Pushing back to the upside. So what do we need? So if it having a clear move, then we will have around 171 pip. Do you want to guys move that TP higher to increase the probability? And if it moving back up, we might see that possibly to have a bigger gain. Now that move that we can see after this double bottom formation, that is where we could see the market to potentially trending back to the upside with 3327 level. Our TP target 3315. It's gonna be hitting the TP as soon as we will see one more big spike to the upside, and I'm excited to see this trade to hit that TP target, and we'll be waiting to see that to happen. And this is an arrow doji. Would like to see the trend continuation. The possible trend continuation still to me. It just has crossed this important liquidity zone. We might see some reaction to that level, but let's wait to see. So there is a 15 minutes candle. We're getting that reaction here. So the price is almost reached the daily resistance line, and I'll just move the stop loss at entry, guys. So if it is breaking below, then we don't want to take that trade to the again to the stop loss. So just moving the stop loss at entry. So this is stop loss moving at entry. In case coming down, we will be break even. So moving the stop loss at entry, waiting for the market to possibly to have that that retest. Waiting for the market to retest that level. So waiting for the market to move the stop loss at entry, and I have moved the stop loss at entry, waiting for the market to to start another impulse. If it wants to trend, then you should be able to see that bouncing back up again in the direction of the trend. So waiting to see. Thank you. Here is where you can see the market to now still it can still remain bullish. So you can see from here now where the market is. It's near our entry, but if this market wants to continue with the trend, we may see that the market to possibly to revert back again. And yeah, if this is a liquidity grab, we might see that the market to continue with the trend here. Okay, so you can see there is a liquidity grab and then return back from that level to the upside. We see that there is a here is that liquidity grab, and the market now started to trend back to the upside. We would like to see that it's breaking above. That's where we will see that the market to potentially trend in the major direction here. So it tested the low. We can see that there is still promise from the market to trend in the direction. Now with this price action, there is a okay, so we see some reaction to the upside, which is a sign of bullish momentum. Expecting this candle also to remain or closing above as a bull candle. That might give a probability for reaction. Now if this swing high is breaking, then we can move the stop loss a little further to the upside to secure some pip. But here we would like to see the market is creating that pattern here. This is the 5 minutes, which is sometimes the market create a a structure which is interesting. You can see the rejection, and still possibility for rebound back up. There is second step liquidity grab here in this area. The way the market structure has formed is still there is a possibility for a trend continuation, but at the same time we prepared for if there is any drop we will be exiting the trade break even, as the market has formed very narrow. We are out with the trade break even. As I mentioned, it happens sometime the market does this, so we see there is a rejection here on the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes. We will be re-entering once we see the price action again. Let's wait to see first of all what kind of market structure it is forming here. It's quite a few levels that we can see the market tested and then returning back to the upside. Here is a, if you look at here, you can see this is a liquidity grab, and with that liquidity grab expecting it to now, this is now two-way possibility, either the market to so looking at the 4 hour, where so looking at the 30 minutes, now this structure is either to break or to bounce, so to both way possible in that area. Thank you very much. Welcome. Here is, this is a 30 minutes, and no, we are break even. We haven't lost anything here in the trade. We are break even. So the way the trade, the structure has formed, I think at any point still there is a probability for an upside, but we are not on the trade as the market reached that significant level where there is a big reversal and then return back up. So at the moment the market is in a very crucial level. 30 minutes price action, there is a long wick, and this price is still possible to bounce again to the upside. So there is a doji. Once the market structure formed, we can again re-enter if needed. So we are at we are out with the trade at entry. Let's be patient with that. 3309. Okay. Selling. No, this is a bull market, so normally you know, I don't like to trade with against the trend. Sometimes you know, it happens that maybe we have opened a position and then the market just changed the direction and the trade became against the trend, but the goal here is to keep the trade in the direction of the trend. So that's what we look for, that a market to give us a trade in the direction of the trend. So this is what we look at in the market. So here, as you can see, the market is, this is a move pullback and the move pullback and the move. So the market is trending, creating series of higher high and higher low, which is you can see it's a bull market, and in that bull market waiting for the price to potentially trend back up again. So here is where you can see that this is a structure here, and it just has dropped back below and again revert back to the upside. So it might remain little sideways here. Okay, we can see that there is a breakout. And it is forming a possible inverted head and shoulder here. And we may see the trend back up. So here is where you can see that quite a few long wick candle formation, and 15 minutes candle closed with a long wick, and I think this is a potential for a breakout here. We may see that resistance break here, possibly for us to re-enter. We need to see that the market managed to break that high and going back to the daily level here. So this is a daily level in this area. The price action here is in that area, showing that bullish, and it just has broken below and then again started to return back up. So the overall direction of the trend is still remaining bullish, but in this area we see the market is having that uptrend in that area. So there is an inverted head and shoulder, and then to bounce back to the upside potentially. So another long wick candle here. The market structure is multiple times showing bullish. Okay, with a liquidity grab, it started to break to the upside, and so with an inverted head and shoulder, the market made its move back to the upside here. So as we mentioned, the price finally had a breakout to the daily level here, so to the daily resistance level, right? So with that being said, okay, now it's maintaining that bullish market structure. So the trade has moved in that direction. It just had a false breakdown here. Now the key here is to hold a position for bigger move. It reached that daily, you can see this is a daily resistance, and I think it might just straight potentially could go back up here for another move. And So you can see the market is in that direction, and if we see that enough pullback, we can look for further entry. The prediction was correct, but we have exit the trade, and we will be re-entering once we find that setup. So remaining bullish in this market, waiting for a pullback, and once we see that enough pullback, we can get into the trade. And patience is key, as I mentioned earlier, that when you see that the market had an impulse, it is a good idea to wait for a pullback. Now here we had that trade in the right direction, but we saw another impulse. Now to re-enter, we need to wait for that deeper pullback in this market. So it's in a strong impulsive move at the moment, and in that impulsive move, we will be waiting for that deeper pullback. So here we may see that the market to if you look at the 30 minutes, you can see this is a very long move, and it might keep pushing back to the, if you look at the daily, you can see the price has just tested the daily high, and it might revert back to the daily resistance, as it's a sharply bull market. So looking at this 1 minute, there is a 1 minute rejection, and so this 1 minute candle is a complete drop, and it might just revert back again, because one candle drop may give another momentum for possible upside. And if this candle going back up, we might see the price to test the daily high here. The price has reached the daily resistance here. Yeah, he's showing still bullish. Here is it's showing that upside momentum. We may see that another wave of rise here. So the market is in a level where it's still showing. If you look at this 1 minute candle, you can see it's a bullish engulfer, and here is also maintaining that series of higher low and also showing that bullish engulfer here. So with that multiple bullish engulfer, the market is showing possible upside momentum here in this market. So with this creating series of higher low, is expecting to break the upside to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So you can see the market to showing that bullish trend, which is scoring series of higher high and higher low. So getting some reaction from the top, but at the same time we see the price is in that area, it's consolidating, and with this consolidation we may see the market to potentially trend back up, still maintaining that series of higher low. So with the daily, if you look at this is a daily resistance line, and getting a little bit of consolidation in that area, that might be a sign that the price may try to recover some of this move in that. So the price might try to recover some of this move here in this direction, and then if the price, you can see it's trying to recover some of this move, and once the market come back well below here, that's where we might see the price to potentially revert back again. So here is the support level here, where in this area, this is a structure. That structure might be remaining bullish, or we might see the market to potentially trend back down here to this support level, depending on how the market is forming the structure. And yeah, trading is require, you know that guys, it's all about being patient and trading with the trends. So if you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see this is a 4-hour bullish engulfer, and if we look at the 1 hour here, you can see this is a 1 hour also strong bullish move. And looking at the lower time frame 30 minutes and the lower time frame 15 minutes, here is what we can see. The market is in that area, that's where also there is a bullish move. So it is a bullish impulse correction, and the market is in a trend. So here anytime you can see the price slowly trying to form another market structure. So if the market shows enough momentum, it may still could continue to rise back to the upside. And in this live session, also at the end of the live session, we will have a giveaway, guys. Stick till the end to join the academy, to become a member of this academy from this giveaway. As with the live session at the end of this, we had yesterday also giveaway. So today coming up 2 giveaways to join the academy to become a lifetime member. So that will definitely be for those who will be the winner, can have access to everything, including courses, live analysis, live strategies, education, as well as content that I am posting every day. So let's quickly look at some of the currency pairs that I will be looking to see what kind of trade we might have in those currency pairs. So if we look at here, looking at some of the currencies here on gold, we can see that gold we have seen here that move lower time frame. So we will be keeping it along with gold as JPY pairs. So if we look at, we saw there was a bounce and sideways. Now based on the calendar, we can look for possible movement. Now you can see here, guys, looking at coming up in just 10 minutes, core CPI, so with the 1st of May, core PCE, core PC price index, that is also a high impact news, that will be an important news coming up, followed by JPY. So we should be able to see some movement on JPY pairs, including dollar yen. If you look at dollar yen, you can see this is a dollar yen price, lower time frame here in this market on dollar yen. This is a long week candle here as well. So if we look at the daily chart here on dollar yen, and we can see the 15 minutes, this is the market structure on dollar yen, where you can see the price from this move, it from that level started to break below here, and with that move break below on dollar yen, if we look at the 4-hour here, we can see the market in this level, there is a support. And with that being said, daily chart, from the daily here as well, there is a gap open and daily bullish move from the 4-hour chart. Here is that one here, we can see there is a move, and from this resistance here is a support test from the 30 minutes, also 15 minutes, a very important price action here on dollar yen from the 4-hour as well. So there is a long week candle, and with that being said, on dollar yen from the lower time frame, if we look at the 15 minutes here, we can see the market in this lower time frame from the support level. We might see dollar yen to potentially bounce back to the upside here. Also there is a doji formation, and with that being said, in this lower time frame from this support level, expecting that dollar yen to potentially to revert back up possibly. If we look at the daily, we can see that there is it's in a downtrend, but we see there is a bounce so far early on dollar yen. And with that lower time frame, here is the 1-hour chart from the support level. So we can see dollar yen, this is the resistance turning support here, and in that support, expecting dollar yen to possibly bounce back to the upside here. So dollar yen, we can see that it's in a support level. As with the dollar news, we might see that potential bounce. We'll see that how it might be doing. While with the upcoming core PC index, let's see that XAUSD how it is performing at the moment in this area. We might find a further entry opportunity with the core PC index. So here is the structure on the lower time frame. Looking at the 1 hour chart, 30 minutes. Okay, you can see that it has broken below here at the moment, and as with the 5 minutes time coming up news, we might see that break of structure. Now if this straight drop here, we may be able to open buy from that level, because this is a support here, an important support. If one straight drop to that level, we might see the market to return back again. Now if you look at the 1 hour here, you can see this is the 1 hour price from this level, and with this 1 hour, if it is coming back to this support on the lower time frame, that's where we will be able to see the market to possibly return back again to the upside here. Now yeah, this is what we can see. This is the 30 minutes also, and as if there is no data coming, we could look for buy from this level, because it's on an important support level at the moment. So this is a support from the 1 hour as well, important support. 15 minutes, we can see that complete break. Now this spike, if the moving that price back below here, that might give us buying opportunity. And I think that if you look at the daily here, you can see the price again return back from the daily, and the chances that we may see that a rejection. One minute, here is what we can see, that the market to possibly to come back here. So with this doji, and let's wait for the spike. Once we see this, the news has come out, because this is the last news for today for on dollar. Tomorrow coming a JPY, and as well as a very important unemployment claims, and then followed by Friday is NFP day. So if you guys are here, you know that what's happening. So here is a narrow doji, and the market is we have 1 minute to go for this news to come up. This is a support. It's on the trend line at the moment. So, and that spike might be taking that price back to the upside. So the point one, the forecast. So the data still showing pending. And 0 0. So in all aspect we see that there is a weakness on dollar, and that has given strength on gold. And we can see that this is where, if we look at the DXY, that's this one, price index 0 0, it has given boost on say USD. How does this impact? Changes in the price and goods services purchased by consumers actually good for and that has given rejection on XAU USD from the daily level. Now we see there is a break. Now this break can be a complete rejection again. Let's see, this is the daily level, as the market has got reaction with the news. So let's see, wait to see if there is a waterfall. This is today's low here, and this is the 20 EMA. If we look at the lower time frame here, we can see so today's low as 3267 level. And this price action that you can see on the 5 minutes, it's a liquidity grab. We easily can expect look at the 5 minutes to see now here is a liquidity grab in that area. Question is, if this market is this candlestick, this drop here is a possible drop or potential for a bullish trend. Both scenario possible at the moment. Depending on how the market is creating a structure here. Look at the 1 minute. possibility for bull. What do you think? I think possibility for bull is higher, or it's just preparing for another breakup structure. Both directional bias still showing. So here is still the market didn't prepare for any significant move in this area, and so back to lower time frame candlestick pattern here is in this area from bearish. Now it's more often you could see the price will create a structure and then just to revert back again. Here we can see the market is, we saw there is a long wick and okay, so here the way the market is forming, if you guys look at it, you can see there is a move breakup structure is showing that pattern. So the possibility for in that area that structure to be bullish is higher than to be bearish. So, and from that point of view, if you look at the 4 hour, we can see there is a long wick here, and if the market is going up here to fill that zone, then we may see that the market to move up again for another breakup structure here. So from that, if we look at the lower time frame, we can see that there is a 1 minute liquidity zone. One hour looking at 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and So the possibility for now you can see this is the narrow red candle here. So if the market managed to break this daily, the price you can see is struggling to break the daily high, but if it managed to break the daily high, it might create a very strong bullish impulse to the upside, and it's trying to catch that potential bullish impulse here, because if that's the market structure, then we might see that for the price to go ahead, fill that long wick, and then to trend back up again to this here, even to this top. So the possibility for the market to bounce is where we need to look at to see if the market is doing that, if the market is moving back in that direction. And for that purpose, if we look at this is a long wick doji, and this is 15 minutes candle. So far we saw that there was a buying pressure, so the probability to remain bullish is higher. It is still possible for this market to potentially trend back to the upside and then to return back in the major direction of the trend here. We see there's a narrow doji here. Now, until we see the market has created structure here, started to trend, it's still not directionally clear either to want to break the daily high or want to drop down again to the low. So if the market break from this structure, we might see that it's coming back here. What you guys are up to here? So what's your view on that? Just got long. There is a, if you guys look at it, you can see the market is the whole time here is in a consolidation, and there was a double bottom here, which is a W, and then it's not showing a stronger impulse like it did here or it did here. So we need to see that stronger impulse for to understand that the market will be able to break that high, because this is the daily resistance, which is a very important zone the market is in, and in that zone the buyers might hesitate to buy, but once it's gonna break, it might go with a stronger momentum. And I think that the probability to go back up is higher. What do you think in that? You can see that the market is whenever grabbing liquidity getting that rejection. So the probability for the market to go high is higher. So it's getting some kind of reaction in that area, and so you can see whenever it's coming here getting that bullish reaction. So with an inverted head and shoulder, the market may remain bullish. So slowly building up potential bullish market structure here. And if it started to trend, we may see the market to trend back to 3350. What do you think? So this is a previous resistance here, and it's almost from that doji in that area. So we see that bullish trend continuation. And with this bullish trend continuation, would like to see the market to give us potential entry, placing a buy stop in this area and keeping a stop loss below this low, targeting to this level, placing a buy stop 3313 level. So 3313.65 and stop at 3307.26. TP target at 3319.91. So place the buy stop here at 3313.65, stop loss at 3307.26, take profit at 3319.91. And if the market bouncing back to the upside, you will be on this trade. Had already previously a trade running, so expecting it to break. So here we will have, if the market bounce to the TP, we will have 64p potentially the profit target. It's approaching the daily level, so once the market approaching the daily level, already the price initially has tested this high, so expecting it to trend in the major direction here. So with that being said, lower time frame here, that for the market to you can see there is a long wick. If it bounced, then only you will be entering into the trade. I already had one trade running, so this is where expecting to go up to give another entry. So here what we can see, the market is has formed a bullish engulfer, expecting to trend back to the upside. Place the buy stop here. Would like to see a clean move. Okay, so you're approaching that entry. And we can see that we are on the trade. The trade is active here on this, and so we'll be waiting for a bounce. This is a daily resistance line coming up, but I think, as you can see, the market managed to break to the upside. It may here it refreshed the trend, so in that case we can expect it to create a new higher high, even to go back to the daily resistance here, where the previous daily high here, so which is 3370. So what I think, that if this market started to trend properly, we might see for the price to go to 3370 level. If it properly trend back to the upside, here it's getting some reaction. We can see some reaction to come back. There's sudden break. Now sometimes this break of structure can be possible for further move with a strong liquidity grab. Okay, so there is a strong break, and in this area it just has got a reaction from the top. Just to get the trade and return back. So it just has got now that from the daily resistance it has a rejection. With this rejection, as the market in the support, let's wait to see where it probably be heading. Still can go back to the upside. It's a very unusual breakdown that you can see. So it just has broken below, so it might we can see it has just completely broken that structure, so it might it has dropped back here to the support level. Now looking at daily, so not being able to break the daily high yet. So because the market is not being able to break the daily high, it might move in a sideways. I think this might go for a consolidation. If you guys look at it, you can see there is a consolidation here. So it may be moving in a consolidation for some period of time. So with that in mind, here is just got that rejection, so you'll be waiting for the market again to show clear directional bias. And with that in mind, we'll be going for a giveaway here. So if you guys are ready for this giveaway that we do every session, so today there will be 2 giveaway. You can write a keyword that we do every day. You can write the keyword gold for entering into the competition for the giveaway. So the keyword is gold, and you can enter in that entry. Still pull back, yeah. So here you can write on the here for the entry for this giveaway, and so we got 7 entries for the giveaway. We'll take 2 members from this live session to enter the academy as a lifetime member. So you can write that keyword for entering into the competition for the giveaway. So we had 8 entries. You can write that to be on the list. Thanks for joining the live session. We have 9 entries, and in 2 of the members will be able to join the academy in the lifetime access. So gold started to break below here. It might be coming well below. We can see there is a breakup structure. So let it break below while we are doing the giveaway, and once we see that enough confirmation, we will be re-entering as soon as we will find that. We got 12 entries. You guys can write that keyword. So we'll be rolling up in just a couple of minutes. So you can join the giveaway by writing the keyword, waiting everyone to join, and then it will be rolling up. We have 13 entries. If you guys add the keyword, you will be in the competition, and then you can enter. We will be rolling up in a couple of minutes, so you can write that keyword to be in that. So we'll be rolling up in a couple of minutes. We have got 14 entries. You can write that keyword on the live chat. You can write that keyword to enter into the competition for the giveaway. We got 14 entries. You can write your keyword, then it will be rolling up in 1 minute time. Waiting for everyone to participate. So rolling it up in a couple of minutes. Choose winner, rollover. Lucy Mumbi is first winner for the giveaway. Congratulations. And Lucy, you can anyone winning, you can find the link below this video in the description for the website. Once you're on the website, you can use the contact us page to send the messages that you are the winner. It will be sent to your email. So we'll be choosing the second winner. So Lucy is the first winner. Kzitov 777 is the second winner for this competition, for this today's giveaway in the academy. So with that said, thank you for joining this live session. Both of you can claim your win from this website. There will be a separate section very soon on the website for the giveaway only. At the moment, you can use the contact us page to let us know, and it will be sent to your email. So with that said, thank you, and I'll see you again very soon, guys, trading live together. Until that, stay well.